Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to Talks with Tanya. Thanks so very much for tuning in. And we are here live on Talks with Tanya. So delighted that you have joined me. So go ahead and drop in a comment. Let me know who you are and where you are joining us from. Hey, thanks for joining. Welcome. Thanks for joining. All right. I am beyond thrilled to be here. I appreciate all of your love and support. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Hi, Josie. Hey, sweetie. Right back to you. Right back to you guys. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So I'm going to go ahead and get started because we have so much going on. Welcome, Regina Knox in Houston, Texas. Hey, Christina Colon Morales. Welcome to you. I'm so appreciative of you being here. All right, we've got folks joining us from around the world. Thank you to my friends and family in Canada. Wow, thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. Yes. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started because this is a really big show. And I want to make sure that I have enough time. Respect your time. So, welcome to Talks with Tanya. Thanks for tuning in. And the very first thing I want to do is breathe. Something that I had to relearn to do. So, if everyone would just take like 5 seconds and breathe in. Ah, and breathe out. See, that's something that I learned along the way. But again, first, I want to say thank you for joining me. And I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment to commemorate 9/11, the commemoration of 9/11 yesterday. And indeed, so many people around the world have been impacted by that. And we will never forget that. Along those same lines, um, I just want to remind us that COVID 19, the pandemic, is alive and multiplying at rates that are not even being reported. So, regardless of where you fall on the fence, um, do the right thing, protect yourselves, protect your loved ones, and protect me. For those of you who have joined and don't know me, my name is Tanya Bayne, and I am the host of your most liked digital news, information, and talk show, where we talk about what is on your mind. We interview guests of excellence, and I get to share my view with you. You will find me here on Talks with Tanya. You will also find me live on Facebook Live on Tanya Inspires and also on Anchor FM, Talks with Tanya, the podcast. We are committed to educating, informing, impacting, and connecting by sharing information that will build bridges and save lives. So make sure that right now you are sharing this out to your friends and family. Take a moment to like me on Talks with Tanya. Also, you want to subscribe and like me on Tanya Inspires on YouTube. Hit the bell so you get a reminder that I am on. And I just want to share with you something that just can't come out of my system. In order to move forward, I believe that we need to use every tool and every piece of wisdom that you have acquired on this journey and all those lessons that you've learned over the past decades, from books, from the lives that you've watched, and information that you acquired so that you can make a difference today. And that is the main reason that we are here today. Today is my launch and celebration with a very good friend. And we're going to share our story. We're going to share our story about matters of the heart. And I will just share with you very briefly. It's been about 18 months since I was on. And I just thought it was really important for us to get back together and share a little bit about what my journey has been and about what my very good friend B. Baylor's journey has been. And I'm just going to go ahead and bring her right on. Welcome, B. Baylor,
Hello.
Queen of
Hello,
Hearts.
Queen of Hearts
The
here.
Queen of Hearts. I'm very honored to have you on here because, Miss B, you have, I'm going to say it, rooked me into
Mm,
relaunching the podcast, the launch. And I appreciate that. And I want to share a little bit about our story and your story. But let's start with some statistics. And this is crucial. With regard to COVID 19, and so many of the events that have gone on in the past, the health disparities and gaps in access for medical care. Sometimes referred to as health inequities, really have garnered a lot of attention. And specifically as it relates to the matters of the heart, I'm going to go ahead and share some of these statistics. And Miss B, why don't you just go ahead and share a little bit about yourself and how the impact of those statistics have reached home for both of us.
oh my goodness. So, welcome and thank you, Tanya, for the celebration, guys. A year ago today, I was sitting silently on my couch. Yeah, because I was having some sort of episodes of chest pain. So I'm happy to be here to share my story and celebrate the journey of living with a heart condition that was silent. So, what I want to say to you, Tanya, is thank you for the launch. This is so amazing that I could be a part of a platform that just needed the launch so that you could bring women forth. And to all my viewers out there and friends and family, I pray that you would join us in celebrating my heart journey. And I don't even know where to start. I just know that every 80 seconds, a woman literally dies from a heart attack. Is that correct, Tanya? Every
E-
80?
Every one woman in five. One woman in five. So think of 5 people.
And out
Every
of,
80 seconds,
yes.
one dies of cardiovascular disease.
And it's more prevalent in women of color.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't have any prejudice whatsoever. So, to make a long story short, I'm B. Baylor, a retired nurse, high performance coach with a business that was definitely thriving. So, I specialize in high performance coaching with established women, women who are looking to level up in their business, as well as a nonprofit expert. And I love coaching women and letting them know that they too are very valuable. I'm on a different plane now. My coaching style, it's different.
Hmm.
We learn to be balanced and care for ourselves in a different perspective. So a year ago today, my life changed forever.
So, Miss B, from my perspective, one of the things that happened with me is that I didn't pay attention.
Mm,
I didn't pay attention. I was having rapid heartbeat,
yeah.
difficulty breathing, just
Oh,
slightly.
yeah. Just a tad bit
Just
short of breath.
yes. And I ignored it. I ignored it. For you, what would you say were the contributing factors to your the sensations that you were having that you didn't pay attention to?
Well, Tanya, I can go all the way back.
Mhm.
The minute that we were confined to being at home and having to literally look at, okay, I'm leaving a job that was part time, that was a contributing factor to bringing in income and working full time in my business. And March the 14th, they said everything is going to be shut down. So we're confined. And that overwhelmed feeling, over the top of, I got to be all that to everybody. I got to be all that to a pandemic, friends and family, and I got to be all that. And you asked me what was the contributing factors. Tanya, everything. Sleeping, eating, drinking, walking, talking, sleepwalking, worry, stress, depression,
Mm.
lack of understanding, a lack of that. We know, women, who we are. We work 24/7.
Hmm.
And I was one of those sisters who worked 24/7. And the balance, oh my gosh, relationship, all of those were contributing factors to the demise of my heart. You may say broken heart, but on
Hmm.
September the 12th, leading September the 13th was last year, leading up to sitting very quietly, it all came to a bombshell. Like all day sitting. Move if I moved, my chest would hurt. I didn't share with anybody. Shame on me as a nurse. And went and had the audacity at almost midnight to go pick up my grandson from work. And he said, drive to the hospital if you don't feel good. And I drove home. And an hour later, I went to just say, I'm going, reach down to pick up something. There was a fist that felt like it was grabbing my heart. and then like an elephant just crushing. And all I could do was like, let me grab my keys, I gotta go. And I get to the parking lot, guys, I collapse. And thank God I yelled for my grandson, or he would have never know I'm leaving. Now I call that just really like not smart to do something like that, just because I'm still in denial.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Tanya? I'm
Yes.
still in denial. This is nothing. It's gonna be okay. It's, ooh, these heartburns is just crushing me, guys. My grandson must have activated 5 fire departments because the whole parking lot was just covered and with sirens. And at that time, I'm just semi like I'm just I don't know what's happening here. My living room's full of people, and I'm still like, as a nurse, you need to do the EKG, and they're like, you need to get quiet. Your blood pressures are like 200 over 100. What you need to do is just
Mm-hmm.
let us do
Mm-hmm.
our job. With
Yeah.
Tanya, and 2 hours later, all the enzymes, lab work, getting to the hospital, what do you call the little pills that you put on your tongue, and IVs and COVID test and all that. And they said, not Miss Baylor, we have some really disturbing news. You've not only had one heart attack, but 3.
Wow. Why do we ignore those symptoms? Why do we ignore symptoms? I want my viewers to go ahead and put in the comments if you have experienced something like this, any type of anxiety, or if you know someone. Okay. And we're talking primarily about women because that's our personal experience. But the same holds true for men as well, particularly our brown and black men, and the whole burden, okay, that is carried, with for the people within our community. So I want you to go ahead and drop it in the
Absolutely.
comments
Yes.
because it is we people need to know. And my situation was similar. Why do we want to drive ourselves somewhere?
Really? Tanya, absolutely. Why do we do that, Tanya? Tanya, I'm telling you, asymptomatic. It's a silent killer.
Hmm.
The signs, the only symptom that you could possibly have is I'm short of breath, and then you like, I need to lose some weight. This is why I'm short of breath. Okay, you like
Right.
blame it on. Oh Lord, I gotta lose some weight because I can't walk from here to there. And you're like, so that's what we do, and especially in older African American women, we're always in denial. In my mom's generation, they're totally checked out, like there ain't nothing wrong with me. so so
Yeah.
that's what we do, Tanya.
The other factor I want to speak about, and this I'm bringing up in terms of, and you hear this too, Coach, in conversations that we have with our clients, that they are experiencing
Oh yeah,
emotional heartbreak,
yeah. Mhm.
which then has us pushing through. We're, in depression, unresolved issues that we are hiding because can't nobody know that, I've been kicked to the curb 3 times in 3 years.
Your story,
Right?
yeah.
People just disappear.
Them the relate toxic relationship. I'm telling you, all the
Exactly,
factors,
exactly. All of
contributing
those things.
factors.
And we don't take the time to use the necessary care that's out there for us.
Can you
So
repeat that, Tanya?
we don't take
Necessary,
the time to
but to
take the
all due
action.
respect, we do not get treated well in those places that you're going to go and have health professionals talk to you, because you're not going to get good information and treat it fairly. And open heart surgery isn't cheap. That's where I ended up. Quad Quadruple bypass surgery, all for, in other words, I have a whole new heart, guys. I had no symptoms, no medication, nada, nada. And I'm a statistic of having all four quads, like zipper, and then four quads where you had to go through and have veins redid in my leg to have. So I had a team of people making the vein, taking the heart out, cutting my chest open. Guys, I've been through it all. I could scream. I have screamed. I could cry, because that's not how I roll. I take good care of myself. I eat right. I'm a health conscious, vitamins, all of that. And I was doing that. What went wrong? Stress, balance, depression, lack of a great relationship, being loved, just running myself to a no end and taking care of other people.
We'll repeat that one.
Taking care of other people, forgetting to love me and make sure that I put my mask on first.
Mm. Yeah, because that's what they tell you on the airplane first, right?
Well, yes, your chances of survival is none if you don't put your mask on a plane. So it's very important that we women, that we get this. You could crash and burn, and you can have your meltdowns, and you could count it and chop it up as, oh, it's nothing, or people look at you like, you know,
Hmm, hmm.
especially like, I think she done lost it, okay? But that's when you know to stop. You gotta stop, reassess. I'm a nurse. I know, head to toe, check yourself. If you don't set those boundaries and limitations for
Mm.
yourself, my God, they will run you down. If no is not in your vocabulary, you better get it in there today, because you got to start saying no in order to be healthy and start claiming and taking back your life.
No is a complete sentence.
Ditto.
No is a complete sentence, and you don't need to explain.
Right,
You need to
right.
explain nothing to
Oh my
nobody.
gosh, Tanya. So so you asked, why do we not say anything? I'm like, we are in our own little huddle over here, just trying to get what we can get. We're not at the front of the room, so let's get that straight.
Hmm.
We're not
Something,
privileged.
something I want to mention as well is, when I look back at the women in my tradition, I remember caring for my mom, uh, an amazing, fiery soul. And she had, I can't even tell you, talk about taking a licking and keeping on ticking, but glory to God. No, she had so many strokes and heart attacks and this and that, and she kept coming back. But then I took a look at, where did that come from? When I look at the women in my family and other people's family, it's what I'm going to call that generational bondage, and also it is, because I'm gonna tell it because I can, because we on Talks with Tanya.
Tell
It's
it.
it's about the whole system of inequities, and what it is that we have had to deal with, and what it is that our ancestors dealt with, and how it is that we responded. Would you say that impacted you as well?
Tanya, listen, my dad had open heart surgery. My
Mm-hmm.
mom had open heart surgery. My brother just had open heart surgery in July. And then I followed him with the same doctor that go, hey, I'm the doc that did your brother. What's going on with you heart people? Generational. That it just is what it is. And I'm learning to educate my family, my children, that you have the gene. And so cholesterol,
Mm.
eating eating healthy, watching your weight, exercising. You got to stop playing with your health. You got to stop taking it for granted. And I'm going to be bringing on my sisters. It's six of us total and one brother. And my mother, who I just have had her at the specialist, a heart doctor, and she's 84 years old. So we get it, and it's prevalent, and there's a gene that is dormant in in within my family. So I want them. I want my family. I want you guys to know that if I tell my son and he says his cholesterol is elevated, it's time for him to get in there and get right because
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And the smallest thing that we don't pay attention to really impacts us. And just because it's been that way doesn't mean it has to be that way.
right.
You know, if we always do what we always done, we'll always get what we always got. I constantly say that. And my dad used to say that. But just the statistic, okay, there are six medical conditions between blacks and whites account for 86% of the excess black mortality rate. And the fact
Well,
that 45% of deaths, okay, up to the age of 70 in the Black population could have been avoided if there was better evaluation. I'm going to tell it here now.
oh, you on a whole nother
Evaluation,
subject.
detection, and treatment had been available. So, this brings me to a little bit of your story that I'd like you to share as to why it is that you believe that you received a different level of care.
Woo, ladies, I need to just get up and shout out. And I'm going to share with you guys. And I just checking into the heart hospital as a nurse, I knew the kind of care that I deserved. Whether I was going to get it, I maybe, was I going to have the strength to fight for it? I don't know. But everybody know that I was there and I was asking questions and all the right questions. And of course they like, okay, wait, she can't be asking those kind of questions. So, are you a health professional? Well, I don't think it really matter, but I'm asking questions. So if I say that, would that change the game? Maybe. If it didn't get passed down to the next shift, I'm just a black woman in that bed,
Mm-hmm.
right? And who says that I deserve to be treated VIP, right? Well, I'm happy to say that after the 6 hour surgery, I was able and privileged to have a family member by the name of Dr. DeVry, who was head of the chief of staff at the heart hospital, that the fact that he interceded changed the whole paradigm shift for the best care that you can imagine. Now that could have gone the other way, and I
Absolutely.
there were crises that came up that everybody jumped in and made it turn it around. Elevation in the lab. oh my gosh, this is the chief of staff's family member. We got to do this. But why does it take that?
Hmm.
Why does it have to be that? That so many men and women are afraid. I don't have insurance. Ooh, Lord, this insurance, or I'm gonna have a truckload of medical bills, or if I if I say something, something bad's gonna happen to me. That's the old school, or I don't want to make anyone mad, and so you're faced with all of those things. My family is going to be left a burden, so you always feel like a burden. And I was just privileged just to have a good solid healthcare professionals, and to have the knowledge to say what I needed to say. So that
Mhm.
doesn't always happen for a lot of women, Tanya, which is why
Mhm.
that brings us to the next question: is we are we have to be the advocate for
Yes,
ourselves
yes,
and
yes,
speak
yes, yes.
loud, speak up and speak loudly, ask questions. Why are you giving me that medication? That because you're not going to get the top of the line medication if your insurance is very poorly. But looking at different medications, even as a black woman, you're not going to get that medication, but you're going to get this medication, and
Hmm.
it's going to be like specifically for uh, people of color.
Exactly. That is absolutely exactly right. So they're called social, economic, and cultural influences
Ah,
that impact us along the healthcare continuum. I had to look this up. I just sound like I know what I'm talking about, but I really
I I work inside of, it's politically, it's corrupt.
all right. And I'm going to say this. It is unconscious and conscious biases and stereotypes. All right. Now that there's social media, you see it everywhere. All right. Everywhere. All right. The Karens have lost their minds. All right. No, it's always been the same mind. I just believe that people have, a different level of comfort right now in acting a certain way overtly. And I cannot think of one person of color that hasn't had that experience. And so it rolls out into everything that happens, every single place. In addition to that, the healthcare system is now at a point where it is so pressured that even if things were slightly equitable, the ability of the healthcare community to provide us with the services, the level of service that we need is really stressed. What kinds of things can we do in order to advocate for ourselves or not even put ourselves in the position to be there?
Thank you, Tanya. And I do want to shout out to Marita. Marita, how you doing, girl? What can we do? What can we do? This makes me just want to burst into tears. You have to provide the self-care, educate yourself to a level of looking at everything you eat, how you sleep, what medications you're taking, why you're stressed, and fix it. Don't
Mhm.
let it keep going. Do hit fix it, clean it up, send it on its way. Look at you as a person and know that if you're going to a doctor, you're going to be prescribed medication, which leads to different side effects. Food is the substance to healing the body, the
Mm.
mind, drinking lots of water and exercising and meditating and plant based and going to a whole nother level of lifestyle change, which brings me to downsizing my entire life. And I kept hearing God say, thank you, God, for giving me the gift of having the opportunity to downsize my life. When I realized that I didn't need all that house and furniture and all that,
Mm.
I needed just the bare essentials, because I know that if God spared me, that I wasn't going to go and be greedy and want to do all this for other people and this and being here and trying to have that and all the bling blings and the shiny stuff. Did not have to be that way. So I now live a nomadic life, and not everybody can do that. But I've been afforded the opportunity to do that, and my life feels better. I sleep better. I'm not worried about a $2,000 apartment rental. I'm not worried about those because that's just not important to me. So I get to do my business and live my life on my terms. I eat healthy. I was doing that before, but I do it in a whole different perspective,
Mm.
that it's about me.
Mm-hmm.
No one takes my time, Tanya. I'm in control.
And so many of us wait until it's too late or almost too
Almost.
late.
I'm the almost.
I'm the almost. I'm the
You
almost.
did 150 shows, did you not?
150 shows, which
What?
was crazy.
Yes.
And the motivation behind that, as I went back and looked at it, well, first of all, I was trying to keep busy enough not to avoid dealing with stuff,
What? Stuff.
stuff,
They stuff, not your stuff, other people's stuff.
other people's stuff, the impact of other people's stuff. At the time, I felt like, I don't know, I felt like I needed to be, news anchor for the world. I felt like there was crucial information to share. There was COVID-19, local and national political
Right?
campaigns, prison reform,
Yeah.
child abuse, special citizens. There, I mean,
You had to be all that.
I had to be all of that. And like I was the only one that had a voice.
Wow. You think that there's enough Tanyas going around here? Whoa, Tanya. Didn't make sense, did it? It don't
No,
make dollars
absolutely not.
either. Didn't make
No.
sense, didn't make dollars.
Didn't make dollars then, but it does make dollars now. That's why I'm
Well,
back.
you got it. You're looking at, girl, listen, I'm just gonna call it. I hope all you women are out there listening. Surrender
Hmm.
and be in control of what's best for you. And everyone else will get in line,
Hmm.
or they can get out of line.
Fall out, fall away.
Roll out. You can roll up out of, you're gonna get up out of here because you're not gonna stress me out.
Mm.
And be loving and be kind and all those things. You don't have to be bitter and angry. Oh, oh, I want to talk about shame.
Go ahead now.
You, oh, that is just so, oh, I can't get sick. What are people going to think? Oh my gosh, I'm going to lose everything I have if I get sick. Who's going to pay these bills? Girl, I'm single. Who's going to pay these bills? People are going to laugh at me. I'm going to lose everything I have, my business. I cannot afford to get sick yet. And still, I need to eat right, but these ramen noodles with 800 milligrams of sodium, they look good. They look good. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Surrender, because if God is for you,
Hmm. Absolutely. That
and that's
really
what we have
is.
to do.
I'm glad you said that because whatever it is that you're spiritual practices. First of all, you need to
Yes.
have one. Okay. You don't have to be mine. But like meditate, call on everybody,
Right.
whatever,
Yes,
you
that's
know.
right, Kamara.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that was you. Shane. Kamara said that was her. Honey,
Mm,
listen. Hallelujah. Wherever I live and how I live, I'm as happy as the Lord.
mm-hmm.
And my
Absolutely.
name is important to me. So I don't have all the overhead and the stress that we bring up on ourselves, because if you open a business, if you're running a business, if you're working a job, if you have kids, and you are 24/7, ladies, you're not like you get to shut down 8 to 5. You see, that's not us. We
Mm-hmm.
work 24/7. We're up and down and taking care of our families, because that's who we are. That's what we do, Tanya. We take care of our family,
Mm-hmm.
our extended family. And so if we're not eating right, drinking water, have the correct food, the money to buy the correct food, the money to buy the correct food, then we become a statistic. And that's how, and we always, we're in the front of the room. I come to the front of the room. I don't sit in the back of the room, because I just let people know I've served my time, and this is my time.
Mm-hmm.
Being in being a post heart attack, you check yourself every day before you wreck yourself. Like,
Oh yes. I'm so glad you brought that up. Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
right?
Everybody, I want everybody to write that in the chat, please.
Yeah,
Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Okay.
that's it. So, is this a celebration? Because I certainly
Mm,
don't want anyone to feel sorry for me. You probably could have done that last year on the 16th, when I had open heart surgery and laying on that table for 6 hours. You guys, but now I have learned that I am in control with my co pilot. I'm the co pilot, God is the pilot. I'm in control, and I love it.
yes, absolutely. So, talk about celebration, Miss B. We got some things going on. You, from your heart, and you're such a kind and generous person. And I'm going to say that from my own personal experience, even though you slicked me into
Yes.
making this
Yes.
a launch, but we have some amazing prizes and we need you. Okay, something the audience needs to do. So there's going to be a prize winner
There's
tonight.
lots of stuff going on, Tanya. We have guest speakers. We have Judy Credit. We have Delana Watkins, and we're going to debut her. We're going to really push her event. See, we
Absolutely.
are the kind of women to where we can lift another sister up, because that sister is working with us, not against us. She's not bringing
Mm-hmm.
stress. And
Mm-hmm.
so we've got a whole month of nothing but celebration coming your way. I'm
So
bringing on my family, I'm bringing on my sisters to tell, because the family came with a lot of fear. My
mm-hmm.
kids was like, what's wrong with you, mama? Because I never fall down, or I'm always just strong. Look, I gotta be strong. Right? I gotta be strong. And that's how my kids saw me. But guys, we're like next Wednesday, we're gonna coming on. We have a doctor that's gonna come on and talk about our mental well-being. We've got Delana, who's a nurse, and it's gonna be the battle of the nurses. We're gonna bring it home. She is the wellness maven, and oh, she got some stuff to tell us. Delana Watkins, if you're out there, shout out to you. Loving You More Foundation, the founders, Judy
Mhm.
Credit, who lost her brother um, to a major heart attack, and he did not make it. But
Mm.
it's a broken heart that it existed. I believe part of mine um, disease was a broken heart. So this is all the whole month of September. There are Virgos, birthdays. I've got grandkids that were born in this month. So I'm giving away. I'm giving from the heart because that's who I am. Don't get it twisted. My heart has been broken, so I'm very protective. So
Mhm.
if you come in for me,
I wouldn't recommend it.
you better come correct. But
It's so important. It's so important for us to be cognizant of that. And I just talked about how you looked me into doing this. However,
and you're beautiful, Tanya.
thank you. I
You
feel great.
you're one
I
of the
feel
women that I
great.
came for. You're one of the women that just was positioned to be under my watch. It's called sisterhood. I've
Yes,
got five other sisters, and boy, we are protective of each other. So when you're in our arena, you are safe. You come
absolutely.
with no stress. In this house, there is no stress. So when we work together. If there's an issue, we communicate and we talk to each other. We don't hurt each other. So for me, I look at it like, okay, is that going to lead to this? Let it go, because loving you is more important than hurting you. And that's what I am about my heart.
And it is so important, Miss B. I think if we just use an example of how it is that we had this big, you came to me and said, "Oh, I want to celebrate. And, maybe if I come on your show, and I was like, I think something going on here. Because every month I would say, oh, yeah, next month.
Yeah. But we put it on your platform, and you, together we win. If you win, sis, I win. Najee Brooks.
Najia Brooks, yes.
If you
Wow. I
win,
love her.
I win, sis. So what a better place than to put this conversation for the women that we
Yes.
represent. We are those women. You're not exempt from a heart attack,
Mm-hmm.
from
Yes.
stress and worry and depression and a lack of a relationship and understanding. And God forbid if you're running a business, God forbid if you're running six businesses like most women have to have. So, yes, our hearts do get hurt. But as we keep going every month, I've got solutions.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about that. Butterfly kisses to everyone, because I want to tell you guys that love heals.
Mm, yes. It
Love
does.
heals. And so I have nothing but love for you, sister. But you got to get busy, because you're going to do things different. You're going to monetize on this platform. You're going to make money, and you're going to do it and do it in a way that is not stressing you. And you're coming to be Baylor's office if you start to get stressed.
I love that we were able to, as we were working through this very quickly and doing things that we were like, okay, yeah, let's do this. We were very intentional, and this is important as we work together to be very intentional about the boundaries and putting the period at the end of the sentence. All right, I have to say, and I do, want to give a shout out to, I can't call everybody's name, and I'm going to call out the names of my inner heart circle. My family, and it is, everybody knows my daughter Coley. All right.
Holy.
Holy. I mean, the major pillar to keep me up, the drive in order for me to, get up on the mornings that I just couldn't. Okay, I'm not going to cry. Y'all know, yes, I am. That I couldn't on the days that I just couldn't, on the days that I just can't. She just comes in and she's a real angel for me. My son who just showed me what I taught him, that anything is possible. And at 40 years old, he became a police officer in the midst of the worst, overt racial strife that we have endured. I'm like, oh, you gonna be a police officer? At 40 years old. And he did it. He did it at the top of his class. And my sister Kenya, who amazing woman, who just tells me like it is, okay, who just tells me like it is. For my daughter-in-law Sharon, my granddaughters, my grandson, the person of my heart, David, who just supported me and loves me just because of who I am and how I am. That's important. But the first place where it started, and this is where what you brought to mind, Miss B, is that you love yourself first. And it's not just something to say, people. It is not just something to say. Unless you love yourself, all of this, all right, is for naught.
Mm,
All of this is for naught.
right.
And that's why you need coaches and close family and events to really make a difference, and to celebrate the wins. To celebrate the wins. So, Miss B, why don't you tell us a little bit more about the celebration?
Okay, and before I do that, um, this is a very very important live on Talks with Tanya. It's going to be on YouTube, and we're going to make it public. For some reason, Nigeria said that we may need to make it public, so it may not be public, but it's going to
Okay.
go public. And I want everyone to be a part of this celebration. You are important to me. And I am giving away some amazing gifts, coaching packages, executive snapshots of your business. There's a gift card, there's money, and there's a book, there is jewel, sanitary pads, there's a meditation um, giveaway from Karen Duncan. And if I have blessed you in any way, feel free to send over a gift so that we can give away. There's a gift basket coming and so much
Mhm.
more. It's called Giving from the Heart. And wow, why can't I give away and do things for people? Because I've been blessed richly.
Yes.
So, what's the first giveaway? You could go to BIT Celebration of the Heart and register, or are we going to give away something now, Tanya?
Okay, so let me just, on the bottom of the screen, we have where it is that you need to go to register to win. It's bit.ly Matters of the Heart 2021. And I'll also post it in the on the Facebook page. All
Yes.
right. Bit.ly /Matters of the Heart 2021. All right. If you're doing it on your computer, you just have to go to where it says register. If you're doing it on your phone, you've got to go to the three little lines on the top right. All right. And press the menu. All right. Review our stories in detail. Take a look at the guests that we have coming up and the program that B has. That we're coming up with, a summit that we're working on. We're really excited about the summit that's coming up. So, tonight, we are going to give away some Kizash, some Cash App cash. All right. We say money talks.
Got it. Some
All the rest of it
Bitcoins.
walks.
And who, Tanya, how can I give away $25
Mm,
cash app?
okay.
Who was the first person that came on? I'm just trying to figure out how to make it fair.
Okay.
Who gave the most comments?
Oh, let's see. The most comments we have now, and before this, because now everybody gonna try. Because I try in there and get more comments. All right, we have. I can't give it to me. Do 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 do. God, I think we have a tie.
Wow.
Wow, we have a tie. All right, so it looks like, and we have multiple platforms
Can
that we
you
need
show
to
the
look at.
comments? Is there a way to show them
There
that?
is, but in fairness, Miss B, there are comments on different pages. All right. So we
Oh.
need to be fair. All right. So I can't pick myself. Uh,
So you got
so
to not pick yourself. So there may be comments on the next page.
there's comments
So
on the
let's
other
see
page.
who in here. We got to go another way. I was thinking about um, let's see here.
Because you have
You.
comments on your page. I've got comments on my page.
Oh snap. So let's go with who in here
You pick someone. It's your cash.
has a nonprofit. Who in here have a nonprofit that
Oh,
can like put it in the chat right now? And you have a nonprofit. If you're watching, you have a nonprofit. Put your name in the comment quickly. Do it quickly. Do it quickly. The
do it
first one
quickly.
I'm gonna give away $25. Do it quickly.
I was going to put in myself.
Okay, so let's see.
Who do
Say
you have
me,
on your
say I,
page?
say my, say me.
Now I don't have anyone on my page. If you're thinking about it, then you want to contact Miss B because she can help you.
Okay, if you think about it, um, that you have a nonprofit and you're watching this and you just put in the comment, no one. So there is 3 comments here, and people,
Hmm.
no, 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 no. So I'm gonna have to
Select
pass it up,
someone.
and I'm gonna count up the the first person that's on Talks with Tanya, and you're on Talks with Tanya page, and you're watching this video.
It was Josie Cologne. Josie Cologne was the first comment on the Talks with Tanya page on all of my pages.
She's the first one.
Yes,
Josie
yes.
Cologne.
Josie
Josie,
Cologne.
send me your Cash App, sweetie,
That's mi hermana.
and let's send over. Go to B Baylor. Go to B Baylor and send me Josie. Hello. I'm going to Cash App you $25 just because I think you are amazing. Josie, I am going to Cash App you $25 right now. What is your Cash App handle?
You know what? You can send it to my, if you don't want to post it on here, but you can.
I don't care. Just send it. I'm ready to send
Okay.
now. So, and now we're going to be giving
Wonderful.
away next Wednesday a high performance. I'll probably give away 3 gifts, and this is just the beginning, guys. I don't know how to give you guys gifts from the heart, but um, thank you. Muy bien,
Thank
y
you, thank you,
tú?
thank you. I want to give some shouts out to some folks that are here, and actually people who have been instrumental in my mindset and health journey. Rebecca Smith. That's my 5:30 in the morning sister. I appreciate you. Can Dr. Kenwana Vanderbilt? She is going to be one of our speakers. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Kenwana, for joining us. We have a couple of folks. We have Michelle Benning. Welcome. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining us. Yes, yes. Tia, another one of my 5:30 in the morning sisters. We got
Hi,
Regina
Tia.
Tuck.
Hi, Regina. Great to
Yes,
see you, Regina. You are so amazing, doing you crushing it. Straight to the top, Regina.
absolutely, absolutely. We
Uh,
talked about Marita
I
Sutton
would like
Brown. Mm, yes,
Tanya, I'm
yes,
going to give a
ma'am.
shout out to all my family. I can't even name them. It's 100 of us because it was 6 girls, so it's a lot of us. But shout out to my family. They're coming on the I think it's the end of this month, and I want to give a shout out to um, the birthday people that are in November. All you Virgos, you know who you are. Sherry
Mhm.
Jackson, Sherry Marshall Jackson, you're having a birthday. Kiko Anderson and Casey Griffin, you guys are all having birthdays. Najia Brooke, I want to shout out to you because you've
Yes,
been so faithful. You've been so loving and kind to everyone, but you can get yourself in a lot of trouble because of your kindness and your love. And I want you to scale back and I want you to take your time and love on you first. Put your mask on, and you get to do that for the rest of this month. Put your mask on, set boundaries for you. Kelsey, if you out there, you are amazing. All the promoter sisters, boss ladies, level up sis, all
yes,
that. You guys, we love you for supporting this celebration with
yes.
Tanya and B, the launch of Tanya's show. Guys, I am wearing the boots for Tanya. I'm gonna keep her. She getting out of here.
I
We got
want
work to
to.
do.
I want to go ahead and just very quickly see if I can do this. I'm going to do this, Miss B. See if I can figure it out. I wanted. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Yeah, here we go. I wanted to give a shout out. This is our shout out time. We want to thank all our sponsors and all of our guests
Yay!
joining us. We have bbaylor.com, our high performance coach. Jewel, okay. An alternative for your feminine flow. Connie Johnson for
Go,
Governor of
Connie!
Oklahoma
Yay!
2022. TB Consulting, we know who she
Yeah.
is. Adrian Gomez just put out a record, a Queen's Roundtable. I'm going to be at that summit. My spiritual lifelines, enchanted life and File Life. Break the Silence with Buddy Speaks. We thank you. If anyone is interested in being a sponsor, all you have to do is just reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to have you on board. I do also want to make sure that everyone remembers to register now to win a prize at bit.ly, Matters of the Heart. You want to go there, read about us, read about our upcoming guests who are coming and our upcoming event. Thank you so very much to everyone. Let me get this off of our faces now.
And if you have registered, I'm
Yes,
going to go back and pull names on the next show, which is coming up this Wednesday, right?
yes, this
I'm going to be pulling
Wednesday.
names of people who registered early, who took the time, and I have the list. So I can pull the list and give it to you. It's in my database. I'm automated, guys, so you can't like say you were first. So that's going to happen, Tanya. And again, thank you, Tanya.
Thank you, B. I look forward to the upcoming shows, to our guests. I appreciate your time. Thank you so very much for joining Talks with Tanya. We will see you again real soon. Take care and stay
Take care of
inspired.
yourself.
That's right. Love your heart. Bye.